on VT. Dave, talk about these rosters a little bit because some people may be a little unfamiliar with who's on these teams.
Yeah, I mean, VT, we got Arctic Claim, Naded, and Demon D. So Naded's a familiar face that I'm happy to see back in the scene. He had kind of retired, kind of went a little back and forth, but he's also been one of those storied players for the longest time who's had such an impressive run and had so many high placings, but has yet to get that #1 spot.
I need to keep up to date with what's going on because obviously we've had some major team changes that's going on here. I thought Native was running games with other teams. I also thought that you had Cloud that was teaming up with Demon D still, going with that old BTH thing going on, but no, these teams have made some roster changes. Not sure why exactly that was, but they're looking to try and make their way up in the bracket, and obviously this has been working out for Native and Demon D to find themselves here in the losers bracket finals. Can they find this win right now? I would say they are the favorites, but keep in mind they are playing from the blue seed, so in terms of points and things like that, also playing in the previous Legendary Cup, this team I believe was sticking together.
Yeah, and if I remember, Olympus is also fairly similar roster from before. I mean, we look at JMIM, Eccentric, Legend, JR2, and Fung1, aka Druk. So we're going to have to see how they do this time around. Last time it felt like they did a really good job getting as far as they did, but it felt like when they got to a couple's later matches like French Toast Mafia or Strip, and I think we saw them against French Toast Mafia, but it felt like they were just completely outclassed.
Yeah, they have a tough road out in front of them, obviously going up against a former national championship championship winner in Demon D, going up against a player like Nated that has numerous second places, still not able to find that major tournament victory quite yet. But then you have two up-and-coming players. You have Arctic and Claim. So surrounding, again, we're finding these teams with two kind of veteran anchor players teaming with two up-and-coming guys that seem to have that ridiculous mechanics when it comes to Halo 5, that map movement that you kind of need to go and compete with the Renegade, with the Shotsies, and all those guys that are really playing at an extremely high level.
Yeah, it's always felt like you need that balance. It feels like you need kind of that veteran leadership that kind of helps your whole team gel together and know how to work together towards a goal and just knowing the fundamentals of Halo. Whereas you also need that component of that new up-and-coming talent because the players just keep getting better and better. Their shots just keep getting so good and they're so fast. So we're going to have to see if they found the right mix of players here on this VT roster.
Starting this one off with JMIM, some crispy shots with the battle rifle to start. They're going to find the initial kills here. Eccentric and JR2 going to find one. JMIM with perfect shots onto Claim. JR2 immediately going to thrust down, have the shots onto Demon D. Very crisp with the battle rifle to start here for JM, and initially getting that bottom middle, most likely working on the nest. Now the rotation going to happen on over towards the yard. You can see multiple players sitting in there, and the shots very, very impressive. And you got to say, Dave, you were talking about how they looked a little bit shaky. I feel like sometimes you can give the other teams too much credit and get a little bit caught up in the names instead of what you have to be doing and focusing on your shots and your execution.
Yeah, and so many times when players just try to either focus a big name or try to fight that out or just get a little intimidated, it's just already game over from that point on. And I did not see that happening right now with this Olympus squad because we saw JMIM just wrecking shop over here. 2 perfect kills. I mean, we always talk about how few perfect kills actually happen in a game, and JMIM within the first minute has 2.
Exactly, he's laying down serious damage, but unfortunately for him, running out of battle rifle ammo, so I'm not sure if he's going to recognize that, but the guy's been alive for quite some time already, 1 minute and 15 seconds without a death, working on a killing spree over here. Has the noob combo, he's going to have to fire that one up, but not sure if he's a big fan of charging that up, or maybe he's got the trigger stops in there. He didn't seem like he was going for the actual, play that should have been the smart one, which is charging up that green gun, low ammo, looking for that headshot, and trying to clear out, making his way on over towards the nest. So unfortunately for him, he's going to drop, and now pressure going to come on over towards the yard.
Yeah, and it's also good and bad, too. If you look at how good of a start JMIM had, his team is still down by 7 points, and now they're almost being trip-capped against, and that's despite JMIM going on a near killing spree.
Switching on over to Demon D to see what he has. Camouflage is popping up here very soon, so this is a very important battle to win on Eccentric. Does land that, needed, finds another kill onto JMIM right there. Can Demon D stay alive? He's going to thrust out and challenge while he's still no shields. Getting some of those shields back, but is going to drop down JR2, and JR2 going to have to fall back over towards the tram area. Nated finding a double kill. Demon D finding another one. That camouflage was burned, unfortunately, for VT, but was a strong start for Olympus, and now all of a sudden you are starting to see that leadership come in from Nated, from Demon D, the veteran plays coming in here. And a little bit of baby ground pound coming in, but not going to land that much.
No, but still a great collapse there from VT. You saw how both Nated and Demon D from 2 separate locations collapsed on yard once they realized the situation. So they are clearly on the same page for, how little time they've been working together.
Exactly. Let's see what Fung One has in store for us because we haven't seen much of his point of view. Did call his name out in Legendary Cup number 1 a decent amount. Let's see what he has with this shotgun. Does land that one onto Demon D. Just kind of holding it down over here towards the yard, but needs to get a little bit more. Not going to be able to find that player as he is getting triple teamed right there, Dave. So great communication from VT, but not able to land on that final shot to drop down the Fung One. Nice little flank right there onto Arctic. A grenade flying in. I don't think I saw Arctic throw a grenade.
I did not either, but I also saw when we were watching from Fung One's POV, it felt like there was just a few skips and frame rate skips. So I almost have to credit that to maybe one of their internet connections not being great. So there could have possibly been something going on there.
Not a time that you want to be lagging here. If that's the case, Demon D, he's going to find a kill on the JR2 claim. He's just locking it down over here, holding down the nest area, and why not? They have bottom middle too. Surprised to see they're not going to go for the reset. There it is. Someone else going to drop that one out of ammo, so switching on over to the light rifle, and looks like they want to go and pressure this yard area, but they do have the triple cap. Might as well just try to see what they can do and poke your head in there and see what kind of damage you can lay down. And once you realize you can't stop that triple cap, smart play just to back it off, hold bottom middle, hold nest, wait for the push. Either it's going to come from loop driveway or going into cafe, so not many options for the teams that don't have control in Plaza strongholds. They do get 2 kills on the side of Olympus. Now there's 3 people down towards bottom middle, so Claim, unfortunately, while he's trying to stay alive, missed the memo that they were taking bottom middle.
One thing that Claim also did very well, though, is we just saw the wingman medal come out. So one thing prior to that, we saw when Claim backed down from trying to go for that trip cap, that takes a lot of it takes a lot of restraint to not just go for a trip cap, especially when your team's on fire and you haven't had any deaths yet and you're doing very well. Sometimes you just want to keep getting aggressive and greedy. And that can be sometimes the bane for these teams when there's a situation where a trip cap makes or breaks a team, because sometimes they try to force it and they give up all the control they had. Other times they don't go for trip caps when they be getting more points. So it's just kind of this back and forth of knowing how greedy you can and should get in Halo.
Exactly. Now is the time to get greedy when you have this camouflage, though, and you're eccentric. So let's see what they can do, and going for that triple cap is exactly what you want to go for. Nated, he spots him out. Oh, that's very, very unfortunate right there for Olympus. You need to get some more help right there. Call that player out, but Nated going absolutely huge. Fung One with the perfect shots, but that was your opportunity to get the triple cap and potentially close this gap. But now it's going to be so much more difficult, especially when Nated, his confidence is going to skyrocket after just completely destroying that camouflage.
That's such a huge play. I mean, when a player has camo, you can't treat it as you're gonna have a back smack every single time, or they're just never gonna find you. In certain cases, after a player's been out in the open for that long, you need to just take the shots. Take a couple shots in that person, get those buy shots, and treat it as now just a new one-on-one, except you have the first couple shots in. So I think that was one of the biggest mistakes right there, is just trying to do too much with camo, just expecting too much with camo. These players are going to have eagle eyes. They're going to be able to see that when you're standing in front of them.
Well, also, the thing is Nated looked around and saw that one player was in the stronghold, but noticed how fast it was being captured. At that point, I mean, it doesn't take a rocket scientist, but especially when you have a high caliber player like Nated, he's going to recognize the scenario. He decided not to shoot the guy that was not camouflaged, scope out that invisible guy, and just completely wreck him. But while that's been happening, I'm fairly impressed to see that even though they didn't get the triple cap, they are still milking this double cap fairly effectively.
Yeah, somehow Olympus bringing this one back despite a couple of misplays there. We saw 2 members down, make that 3 down. Jam I Am the only one left for Olympus. The whole point being is they brought this game back. They were down by such a large deficit, and now it's within 20 points.
Demon D, he has to rotate on over towards the nest. Thought he was going to go for that one and capture it. You can see the player outlines. No one's even in the vicinity, so slow playing this one, waiting for information. There's a grenade flying in. Does have a teammate there to capture it, but that teammate's going to fall down down towards the lift. Meanwhile, Demon D, he leaves that one and goes down towards bottom middle. Very important to win these battles here. Jam Am's going to find one. Arctic's going to find one as well. It's going to be a 2-on-2 situation here. Eccentric, he's going to go over there and get that reset, but it's all about bottom middle over here. He needs to go and try to get these players out. You do see them capture that on the side of VT. Got to watch out for that team nade right there. Almost 2 team nades flying in. Eccentric predicting exactly where JR2 is going to move to. Seems like they are on the same page here as they move down towards bottom center. A player is over towards the driveway. Great flank there by Demon D. Another player is going to come over above towards the light rifle, but Demon D did the damage already. He's going to find 2 kills. There's a third player dropping in. It's going to be Arctic. Triple kill comes in, but bottom middle, in the grand scheme of things is captured for the side of Olympus, but they have to clear out Nated over towards the nest.
And look at Nated realizing that he is all alone, does not have any teammates with him just yet, so he decides to go towards bomb left instead of just trying to desperately capture nest on his own. With that, he became baited, got killed, or got a kill over towards top nest, and now they double capped nest. So that's one thing I think Nated just showed his kind of objective prowess right there. Nated used to be just kind of known as a Slayer, and he's absolutely stepped up his objectives.
He's always, in my opinion, been one of those guys that can do it all. And there's not a lot of players that, you could say that about. And he is one of those guys. But one of the things that it's come down to for him is being able to have all of those plays and constantly carrying on the communication. And once he can do that, that's when Nated is really going to thrive and play at that really high, consistent level. Not like he's not able to do that already, but look at that. 17 assists coming out from him. 17, 17, and 11. Meanwhile, Demon D, 22, 8, and 15. Big game from him. You got to give credit to the other side, though. Olympus, they were hanging in there. They made that one tough, but a very crucial mistake with that camouflage really came back to bite them.
Yeah, and one thing I'm noticing is Jam obviously had a great start, getting about 3 or 4 kills, 2 of those being perfects, but clearly started getting shut down more from VT as the game transpired.
Exactly. So game number 1 going on over to VT. So now we move into game number 2. Keep in mind, guys, this is the losers bracket semifinals here in Legendary Cup number 2. Truth CTF is game number 3, followed up Empire Strongholds game number 4, and then we move into Regret Slayer as game number 5. Dave, from watching these guys on the side of the red team coming in from Olympus, what do you think? Do you think that they've made some significant improvements coming in? Because I think the old Olympus team, after that camouflage death, would have kind of fallen apart right there. Seems like they've made some, in my opinion, decent improvements to try to hang here.
Yeah, that's the surprising part is even though they had that camouflage death and arguably a massive mistake, they still were able to bring that game back. They still acquired another 30 or 40 points after that camouflage death. So whole point being is they absolutely bounced back from a pretty major mistake, and that is a huge building ground. There's a lot of times when you go through those moments, whether it's in a specific game or even a tournament, when the odds are stacked against you, or you make one mistake and you bounce back from it, and that can be incredibly rewarding and build so much confidence in your team.
Exactly. So we're going to see if these guys are going to be able to do it on the side of VT. Can they carry on that momentum after that game number 1? Or, on the other hand, is Olympus going to be able to string it together in game number 2? Again, we were talking about the teams that are the underdogs tend to fare well in the Slayer games. We saw 50-46 straight ripping. They were able to pull it out in the end there. But I was a little bit worried that Subsequent was going to come back and take that one. The one thing that we have seen, though, is initial spawns won from the underdog team every single time, which is fairly interesting.
Yeah, that is a quite odd stat. And yeah, the one part you bring up about Slayer being so different from Objective is think about the scores from the Straight Rippin series. 100-7, 3-0, yet the Slayer was a matter of 4 kills, 50-46.
And
so anytime you see those other massive differences in Objective game scores, you would assume the Slayer is going to be similar. Like if I see that in a tournament score, I'm going to say, all right, yeah, they're probably going to win like 50-30 or something like that.
Well, here's the thing. They weren't following your formula, Dave, because if they would have, since they lost 100-7, they were feeling good going into game number 2.
That is true. That's actually
then
proves
they
my
lost a
point. I
close
didn't think
game.
about this.
Then they lost a close game, 50-46, and they're like, you know what? We're upset now.
We can't
We
lose
didn't
close.
lose. We were close to winning that one, and now we're deflated because we put in all of our energy. But if they would have conserved energy and just lost 50-20, game number 3 could have been theirs.
I think this just turned from a hypothesis into a theory. So this is
Yeah, I
actually
think
beginning
so.
to proven.
Well, it's close to being fact, honestly. Maybe after this Legendary Cup number 2, we can definitely put it in there. But looks like we are waiting for one of the players to ready up, and once we do, we are going to start this one. Coliseum, it is a good opportunity to get some weapons in your hands, but if you are looking at the other end, I'd be very scared to see these players on the side of VT running around with rockets and sniper rifles.
Yeah, it could be very scary. Coliseum's one that can get out of hand. Most Slayers can obviously be pretty scary, but Coliseum's one of those that when like that 6-minute mark happens and some team gets control like snipe and rockets, there's so few things that you can do as far as sneaking around. In some cases, you actually hope for those chaotic moments in order to get some sort of control back. But when it comes to the standoff moment, it's like, all right, how do I pick off somebody with just a pistol over at snipe side, or do I sneak around from rocket side and try to slip around and get behind somebody? And it's just so tough. There's really no perfect answer.
What I'm looking for is someone on Olympus to have the type of start that Jam I Am had in terms of, up until that minor mistake of not charging up his green gun all the way. Again, he did get double teamed there, but when he had that crispy battle rifle to start, for that first maybe minute and 15 seconds, that's pretty much what everyone's going to need to do, but they're going to have to make that spree a little bit longer. The game's probably going to last, maybe 5, 6, 7 minutes if we're lucky, if it goes even that far. But if you can string together a solid, not a half a game, but if you play your best for half of this game, right, and then bring your, average performance for the rest of it, you should be able to hang here right now if you're Olympus. But you have to be hitting your shots, you have to be winning your 50-50s, and then you're going to have to control the weapons. Those are the big keys to victory right now. But VT, they are dominant slayers. Got to watch out. Got to make sure that you are not letting this guy right now do what he wants to do off the spawn, and that's going to be help his teammates go for the rockets.
Yeah, let's see what kind of start Naded has right here. He gets hit by one grenade. We're going to see those members from Olympus knowing that they got that hit marker, but look at that support from Naded as teammate go all the way towards rocket corner. Naded trying desperately to run away with these rockets, just getting shot in the back by Eccentric. Eccentric going to be able to pick up those rockets, so that's one of those huge starts that you wanted.
Yeah, and they don't have the sniper rifle, though. That's in Claim's hands. So Fung One, he's going to rotate these rockets on over towards that side of the map. Has to be careful. That isn't rocket his teammates.
That was scary. Scary Terry right there, man. That was one of those situations where I would definitely not shoot that rocket, especially in if it was a 1-1 thing. However, he had two teammates right there. I mean, at some point,
he wanted the triple kill.
Yes. There's a difference between collateral damage and one of your teammates getting taken out, but when you're going net negative by shooting that rocket, that is not what you want to be doing.
Not at all. So we'll see what happens after the initial spawns again go in the favor of Olympus. It was a 4-1 start, but look at all of a sudden 7-6 with the weapons in the hands of Claim and Arctic. So while it is a great initial strategy, you have to maintain, and that's been the problem right now for these underdog teams playing in this uphill battle. Is there comes a time where the other team's going to get control, and they're going to go on a serious run. So that is your job to make it so, one, they don't go on that run, and then two, that your run lasts even longer than they do. Jam-Am and JR2, they are going to find some kills. So building a little bit of a cushion here, 5 kills. I would like to see them, if they can get into double digits, that is going to be huge for their confidence, especially if they can win this game.
Yeah, I want to highlight that point you brought up, Tom, because that is absolutely correct. It's all about capitalization and mitigation. Capitalization meaning you're getting as many points as possible, going on as big runs as possible. And mitigation saying, guess what? There are going to be times, like you said, when you're playing a team of near equal skill level that they're going to get control. And you need to learn that, all right, when all 4 of us die, what are we going to do? How are we going to take at least 1 or 2 down to take away their full setup, their full control? So
we got to go to Jam I Am. This guy is ripping faces right now. Still has plenty of ammo as well. 6 shots left in the sniper rifle. Finds another one onto Arctic. Give this man a killing spree. Very impressed with Jam I Am in the first 2 games that we've seen. Oh, airborne snapshot right there onto Naded. Fung One, he has the rockets. Almost to that double-digit kill we were talking about, but still very early in this game. 20-12 lead in the hands of Olympus right now. Jam I Am just not missing with the sniper rifle. Has another player in front of him. It doesn't matter. He doesn't want the melee. He wants the no-scope right in the face. Demon D, you think you're going to live? Well, all right. Well,
he might. He will.
All right, Demon D. We'll give you that one.
Demon D, though, remember how we were talking about him last Legendary Cup, doing just such a good job staying alive when he was one of the last ones alive on his team. And once again, we never confirmed if it was him being the last one alive or the first dying and the first spawning. But Demon D just kind of proven right there how much of a nuisance he can be when trying to track him down, because you noticed how they had the numbers, they had the advantage. Demon D just doing a good job staying alive in that pyramid and making them just do so much work to try to kill him.
Demon D, definitely one of the players that you want to highlight when he has the weapons in his hands. Can he land these pistol shots? He does, but gets taken out from behind. 27-21, so still not, again, hitting that double digits area that you would want to right now if you're Olympus. Got to give yourself as much cushion as possible, because you know that push from VT is going to happen eventually. What do you do here if you're JR2? Stuck down in the grass area, multiple players above you, trying to clamber out, but more players spawning behind him, shooting him in the back. Does have some team help coming in. Demon D, he's going to drop another player down towards the grass area that just spotted him out. Arctic with the grenade is going to get that kill. Eccentric, he's going to respond back. 7-kill lead here still for Olympus. Naded, he's trying to reset the map on over towards the snipe side in the favor of VT, but you can see all these players, for some reason, in the bottom middle, not giving ground. It's like, why are they fighting me from there?
It's quite odd because, yeah, it seems like Naded and crew should have the upper hand there in a fight like that, but clearly just getting collapsed on from so many angles, but mainly being that yard. We're also seeing a weird situation here for BT for the first time where we're kind of seeing them getting fully back down. You notice how Naded was so timid. He had to go back in that cave and then, like, barely poked out towards Fountain and getting drilled. And it just shows that we're seeing Olympus take some ground, take some map control, and almost a good kill without the trade right there from JMIM. But still, a trade against Rocket Person is a win for that defensive player.
No doubt about it. 7 kills, still the lead here. It's been fairly comfortable for Olympus, but still not comfortable enough to call it quite yet. Arctic has the Rockets there too. He's going to find one. Ooh, JMIM. He is the evasive Rocket Man.
The Rocket Slayer.
The Rocket Slayer. I like it. Got to watch out whenever JMIM is coming towards you. He's going to take out Claim. Got to say, out of all the players that I've watched today, I was not expecting JMIM to come out and playing at this high level. Definitely the best Halo that we've seen from him so far. And got to give credit where it's due. 39-30 Olympus. They are bouncing back strong after dropping game number 1.
Now here's the important moment though. We talked about mitigation, Tom. We talked about times where BT are going to get control. Right there, they got 2 kills. We're going to have to see how Olympus respond right here because if they give kill after unanswered kill, this could spell trouble for them. However, if they just cut the loss at just those 2 deaths, regroup, get a couple kills, and just trade the rest of this match, they'd be in good shape. So looking like they are trading once again because you see Fung1, JMIM both putting a kill up on the board, still keeping that 7-kill lead. And
this is the first time that we've seen Naded kind of comfortably controlling this snipe area, but he seems to be getting shot in the back. Has 2 teammates over there to cover. Another one on over towards the flag area. That's Siggy very close to landing. 6-kill lead here. Make that a 5-kill lead as Arctic finds one onto Fung1. The collapse starting to happen. Demon D getting the kill onto JMIM. JR2 is getting collapsed on as well. They did not take over the snipe tower when they needed to, and now both weapons dropping at that ever important 6-minute mark. Dave, trading kills, you do not want to do that right now if you're either team, but BT, they have the sniper control, which they haven't had for, I'd say, the entire game right here. This could get scary.
They got Snipe and Rocket, and they've also brought this game back within 4 kills, so they've been doing a really good job over this last minute or so. Fung1 getting takedown, still a 4-kill game. Demon D with Sniper over near the pyramid, gets the body shot. It's going to go for ground pound, I guess, to finish it off. Taking out JMIM, 3-kill game. BT are back in this.
Smart play there from Demon D. He's going to find another one onto JR2, spots a player on over towards top Rockets, and again, that's why you got to build that cushion as much as possible because it is going to eventually happen. The weapons are going to go on over to Demon D and friends. Let's see what Demon D is going to be able to do with it. Spots a player on over towards top Rockets. It looks like that's Eccentric. Eccentric going to do the smart play, back on off. Meanwhile, JMIM, he's had a fantastic game, fantastic series so far, but that is not the death that you want to give up. That's really going to open up the map, 45-45, and they spot out the other players. Eccentric, he tried to rotate down towards the bottom. Fung1, he's helping as much as possible. Great cover fire happening, but the players that did come off spawn, they have to play aggressive because now their teammates are on the ropes. Arctic, he's going to drop Eccentric. Naded's going to drop one. Great stick coming in from Fung1, at least trying to trade the kills, but now you can see all of the players feeling it on the side of BT, trying to end this game. 48-47, the no-scope coming in. 49-47, this could be a super deflating loss for Olympus if it happens. VT has them on the ropes.
Olympus just crumbling at the end right here. You got to question a couple of decisions. Like on paper, I was going to say Fung1 did a great job trying to help Eccentric out towards bottom mill once he got spotted, trying to give him some cover fire. However, it somehow ended up backfiring. Ended up being Fung1 and Eccentric being taken out instead of just Eccentric. So I don't think that was a mistake, but it just goes to show the kind of unfortunate situations and ways that the things played out at the end of that match. But lots of credit goes out to VT for bringing that one back. I believe they were down around 9 kills. I want to say it was about 31-40 towards the end of that match. I know at least was for sure a 7-kill differential towards the very end.
That is just so deflating right now on the side of Olympus. Very similar to the scoreline that we saw in game number 2 previously, 50-46 in the rig. So now you move into Truth CTF after losing 100-67, after losing 50-47 as well. It's going to be very tough for Olympus to get it together here, but I'm impressed overall with the fight that they've put up in the first 2 games. If they continue to fight even through game number 3, which I'm expecting, they have a lot to take back to the film room. They can go and look at towards the end of that game and say, hey guys, where can we go and not turtle as much. That's the thing, is they need to be more aggressive, and they can't let so much momentum fall into the hands of the sniper rifle guy where he feels completely comfortable on the map. You have to go and just get the weapon out of his hands, put it into someone else's hands, and see what they can do with it, because Demon D played that very well towards the end, saved his life over towards the fountain, and if they would have got that trade in the kills, you don't really know what could have happened there towards the end.
Yeah, it's an absolute game changer, but yeah, it's so crazy. I actually heard in my ear from production that it was a 10-kill lead at the very end for Olympus, and those are leads you can't give up when you're at around the 40-kill mark. I mean, if you get to about 40 kills and you have a 10-kill lead, you should be able to play that so wisely and just trade kills and just give up, in many cases, even just making sure you deny power weapons. I've always been a big proponent. If you have a massive lead, the only way the opposing team is going to get back into it is with some sort of power weapons.
Right at that 6-minute mark, both dropped.
Yes,
too.
they got control of both. And it's one of those things where I am a big fan of even just tossing off the map, like even a full sniper rifle, because if you are
tossing
down by
off the map, you mean picking it up and jumping off the map?
Yes,
with that thing.
I'm totally fine with that.
Not switching guns all the way towards the very end and then just like barely throwing it off, and maybe you get stuck on the ledge and you got to do it again. Dave's talking full-blown sprint thrust.
Full-blown, just get that thing out of there. Because
out of there.
You got to think about it. You got to have enough confidence in your team that it's going to be really tough for them to get some sort of 10-kill differential or make up that ground without a power weapon. Because a lot of the reason that we even saw Olympus in that position in the first place was JMIM sniping spree. We caught the end of it where he was on around kill 7 or kill 8 or something along those lines. But that was one of the reasons why they got that 10-kill lead.
All right, here we go, guys. Game number 3 here in the losers bracket finals. Kicking this one off with Nated.
Yeah, and I'm going to switch on over here to Fung1. He was doing a good job giving his teammates some eccentric, some help towards bottom center. But I want to see what his start is. We saw what Nated did last time. Nated was a little passive over towards rocket side, went over towards top rockets, got picked off on Coliseum. But it looks like Nated actually opting to stay back in his base, so we're going to see if Fung1 gets into any one-on-one situation over here.
Fung1 slow playing this one down towards bottom car. He's going to take down Arctic after responding to one of his teammates' callouts, and he recognizes the weakness on this side of the map, so he's going to immediately go and run this flag, and why not? 3 are going to be dead. Nated, the last guy alive. He's pulling this one down towards pink 1. Spawner's most likely coming in. Wow, is that a grenade?
Grenade headshot right there from Nated.
So last guy alive doing some serious work. Great job from there, or right there from Nated, and that's one of those things when you have 3 alive on your team. You gotta locate where that guy is immediately. You gotta do your flag guy a favor, because Fung1, he played that very well.
Yeah, especially when that player is in such a high up position. One thing I noticed off the start of that game is we noticed members of Olympus, they kind of were down low. They maybe had a player at level 2 their base, but we saw Fung1 over at like car 1, somebody towards like their needle side. And all the other members though of BT, they were up high. We saw Nated top center. We saw a player pink 2 or pink 3. We saw other players getting ready to collapse in over towards the Olympus base. The whole point being is just the position different. And like you said before, especially when someone's up high, whether at top pink tower or top middle, that should be an easy player to spot out. It's a little trickier when someone's like roaming around car 1 or pink 1. But those situations, you don't need to run a sneaky flag towards like car 1 or something like that. So in those cases, that player should have just got sniffed out instantly. But great play by Nated, because it was such a crucial flag stop. That's a huge momentum shift.
And not only that, is they were in position right there to potentially run this flag that was tossed out towards bottom center, but Olympus, they kind of respond with a little bit of a defensive stand of their own. Eccentric, he's going to drop on over towards Flame. Big fight happening on over towards JMIM. JMIM's going to drop Fung1, trying to respond. Everyone just battling inside of blue right now. The aggression coming in from Olympus, but responding right back from BT. Demon D, you know what he wants. That's that camouflage, and now that he knows that time, Dave, he's going to be there bright and early. The early bird gets the worm, as Demon D always says.
Punctual D. I mean, dude, he last time we saw him setting up for that camo about a good 30 seconds early, and so this time he was a little later than we usually expect.
He was setting up for the camos on Saturday.
He was always super early, but right there, Demon D obviously getting taken out with that camo. Such a huge kill to stop that, because he can be such a terror with those power-ups and power weapons. So I'm sure he would have been making some great moves towards that Olympus flag, but clearly shot now.
JR2 trying to get the nasty double kill on the Nated, but Nated, he's going to say no claim. Let's see what he has in store. He's already on the ropes down towards P1. Eccentric going to respond to that call out and drop that kill. He's going to find himself a double as he takes out Nated, who loves to go top center. right there with the perfect shots. Now Eccentric realizing that he has to be the guy that goes in towards the flag, but he has another teammate right there as well, so needs to back off from those grenades. Also, someone needs to go and take his spot into P2 because they both leave that powerful position, and now they're just flying into the base, dying individually.
Yeah, I was going to say I really liked Eccentric's play. However, it has to have that second up follow-up portion where a player takes over from Pink because, you know, despite someone put pressure in your team from Car, getting up towards Pink Tower, you can at least guarantee some sort of like stalemate flagpole or something like that. You need to keep that power position. So, like I said, without that follow-up, it's arguably a bad play, but I still think he was in the right mindset saying, guess what, someone else take over Pink, I'll go over towards this flag, we'll save everyone some time.
Great shots from JR2, but Demon D, he's going to respond with the first flag capture of the game, already with the 2-0 lead here. And why those shots were so big is if Nated wins that battle, you're looking at a potential double cap right there, and you do not want to have that momentum going on the favor of VT when they've already stolen game number 2 right from under your nose in Coliseum Slayer here. Claim he's going to find a kill onto JR2. The pressure coming in, VT, they're starting to infiltrate right now in the Olympus base. 2 are going to drop. Nice flank coming in around the corner from the Fung one. Also players spawning up over towards the bubble. The spawners are going to have to go huge because the pressure is on right now. VT, they do have 1 player down, but the flag is being pulled from the Fung one. He has that flank again, remember, towards the opposite side of the base. So a 2-on-2 situation right now, and it looks like a potential flag standoff. Yeah,
great job from DMD, and also I would say VT in general as far as holding down top center. We saw them prioritize that area so much, and although top center in most cases seems like it's going to be the most vulnerable position, with so many shields up there, and depending on the angles that you have these players restricted to, it is one of the strongest and best positions here on this map.
Uh-oh, this could spell game over and series over as this is the second flag capture to go in right now. And Demon D, he's out of ammo. Can he fly in? Oh! Eccentric with the whiff. Oh, no. That has to be game over now. Demon D, he doesn't even need ammo. He's just going in there, getting kills with melees only.
He wasn't even sprinting towards it, just walking over towards this person, just jumping up on over. That was a fun one to watch right there from Demon D, but he's clearly on some sort of sprees. Anytime you see a player running out of ammo in a match, you know that the team is doing well because that player has to be laying down so many shots, getting so many kills, and staying alive for so long.
That or he's just shooting smiley faces inside of your base, and you've been playing a 3v4 the entire time.
We've all had that in matchmaking.
2-on-2 situation right here. Let's see what comes of it. Fung One, again, has a nice little route on these players running his flag. Arctic, he's going to drop to the grenade. You got the flag guy running out towards the pink side, so again, great positioning coming in from Fung One. Doesn't even look down towards under the base because he realizes that his teammate is going to clean up that kill. JR2 going to drop Demon D, so it was a staggered 4 dead, but nonetheless, Olympus going to find positioning over towards Pink 2 right here, and let's see if they hold it this time, because again, remember last time they flew 2 guys into the base right there, and even though the grenade flew in, I think Fung One didn't realize that wasn't going to connect, so he pops out when he's no shield, it gets picked off, and then Pink 2 going to go on over towards Jam I Am. So Jam I Am, he's by himself, but he's going to have to control it as long as possible.
Yeah, and also I'm looking over, I believe it was Flame, his teammate, we've seen it in this third-person POV. Someone just died top center. That's actually Arctic. Once again, VT controlling top center. Even though we saw X there, it just shows that they're prioritizing it, that they're, even when they have some deaths up there, it's going to take at least 2 different angles, 2 different players in most cases to kill someone who's top center.
No doubt about it. That's why it's one of the more underrated positions to go. JR2, he's going to pop up there, get that back smack onto Claim. It's going to be 3 dead. Nated just came off the spawn. The question is where is Arctic? They did not do a good enough job on the side of Olympus last time. Ooh, JR2 could be making the same mistake as we saw previously with the camouflage. Can he stay alive here? Nice little Spartan charge underneath the base, but everyone's going to fly in immediately. Demon D doesn't care if he trades his life right there because his teammate's going to pick it up. 2-1, nice cap coming in from Olympus, but they got to maintain control here. Having that camouflage guy would have did serious wonders for them. You could see once the team gets control on the side of VT, they're going to go into pink, and now they're going to wait for other players to spawn. Demon D, he's just trying to back this player off, and Jam I Am, he ends up challenging a little bit over commitment on his end, and Nated and Demon D, they're going to take full advantage of that. Really, it was just for them to control pink, and if players are going to go up and charge up to them, they're going to take these free battles, and Nated, that's an easy double kill for a player that's been playing pink for 10 years now.
Yeah, and one thing you brought up too about the challenge position. What a toss up there. I believe they got the flag all the way up. It's down at the flag capture spot. They did not get the grab. Is this going to turn into a capture? And that's now a 2-2 game.
You got to get the touch right there.
Even though VT had control there.
You got to get the touch.
Got delayed for a little bit. That's a rough one. Looks like Nated was prioritizing just going with kill.
It wasn't even going to be that sick of a triple kill, man. Just get the touch.
That's pretty much Halo fundamentals. You just gotta always buy time, give your teammates more opportunities. One thing I've always kind of evaluated teams on, and kind of guessed about what team is ahead or which team is more comfortable playing is the team that challenges more individual fights. In my eyes, is the team that's less confident in their overall teamwork and team ability. Sure, there's gonna be many situations where you have to challenge. It's the better and best option. But you watch these top pro teams, someone like an Optic or an NB, they're going to lay down shots and they're going to back down from as many fights as they can and just buy time and just have faith that their teammates are going to help them out and give them backup.
Well, you know, they say that video games may not make it into the Olympics, but I know who I want running the relay for Team America. I want Team Olympus running the baton, just like they ran that flag right there to capture this. What do you think, Dave?
I would fully support that. I would start watching the Olympics again if we had Olympus actually running the relay for us. But right there, we got Claim doing a great job over here above the toilet, just doing some damage here. And JR2 having no option. He decides, I have to drop down the space and try to chase down this camo person, or I'm going to go right behind the camo, or going to chase behind this flag. And both options did not work out for him. So that is going to be a 3-2 victory right there for VT, closing out the series 3-0.
And that is all she wrote. Very impressive series coming in from both sides, but VT definitely establishing dominance in that series. 3-2 though, we were talking about if they had the fight left in them, and they still did, Dave. Very close games, 50-47 in game number 2, 3-2 obviously in that last game that we just watched. And if you forgot, game number 1, 100-67. So I don't know if we gave these guys enough credit on the side of Olympus to go in here and put up so much of a fight.
Yeah, incredibly close series. I mean, literally a couple different decisions could have changed the outcome of multiple of those games, whether it's the flag game here where they didn't have a player go up towards pink when we saw, I believe, is Eccentric and was it Fung1 pushing in over towards VT's base, or we could have looked towards the Coliseum. There was just a couple different opportunities, just whether it's hunting down Demon D at Pyramid, whether it's just getting Sniper or Rockets during that 6-minute mark, just a couple things just going different their way, and those games are in their hands.
Exactly. You go back and, like you said, look at Demon D crouching over down on top of that pyramid. If I believe it was Jam I Am on that nasty spree, goes and gets that kill. He's still controlling top catwalk, and he's going to continue to go off. Definitely impressed with Demon D throughout that series. Definitely impressed with Jam I Am overall. Let's go and take a look at these plays coming in from VT, because we did see a handful of ridiculous ones. That was the last kill coming in from Nated. Demon D with the ground pound right here to come in and clean that one up. And you could see it was 45-42. But VT, they had a much bigger lead to go and try to break right there. Again, I believe it was 10 kills they were down at one point, and great teamwork coming in there from Demon D and from Arctic. Got off to a hot start here in CTF Truth. It was a 2-0 lead, but then things started to slip away a little bit. You did see that little bit of a misplay coming in from Nated, not getting that touch, but in the end, it didn't really matter. They still closed it out, and a strong performance as Demon D coming in with that melee. Nobody's going to matter, you know, that the games were that close. All that matters is it was a 3-0 coming in for VT, and they accomplished their goal. Now they're going up against Subsequent. Dave, what do you think? After watching Subsequent play, after watching VT play, what are your predictions?
Man, it's tough because I think Straight Rippin' is a stronger team and a much more polished squad. At the same time, though, we saw that this Olympus roster, they did a really good job, or sorry, I was going to say something about Olympus doing a really good job keeping a lot of those objective games closer, whereas it felt like, it just really felt like
Subsequent wasn't.
Yeah, it felt like
fully
Subsequent was not there for